Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And now I would like to introduce the First Lady, Suzanne Youngkin, and your 74th Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin.
Well, good morning, everybody. Does it have to do that? Yes. Hey, it's moving. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues, students, and honored guests. Skills USA plays a pivotal role in shaping America's workforce by empowering students to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible citizens. Through a partnership of students, teachers, and industry, Skills USA ensures that our future professionals are equipped with personal, workplace, and technical skills grounded in academics. In Virginia, Skills USA serves over 13,000 members annually, offering hands-on skill training, leadership development workshops, and industry-led seminars. This commitment not only enhances the quality of our skilled workforce, but also provides students with the opportunity to excel in regional and state national competitions, fostering a culture of excellence and continuous improvement. The impact of Skills USA extends beyond individual achievements. It addresses the critical skills gap by preparing students to meet the demands of a dynamic economy. Employers recognize that Skills USA students are better equipped with technical expertise and the soft skills necessary for success in the workplace. The Skills USA Virginia Foundation is a private 501c3 organization dedicated to the support of its students and programs of Skills USA Virginia. The foundation is dedicated to providing students and business partners to establish pipelines connecting one student in one classroom to one business at a time. For over 10 years, the foundation has provided over $1 million in funding and materials to the Skills USA Virginia community. That sponsors the State Leadership Conference, national conferences, and leadership seminars throughout the state. Volunteers have given their time, money, and effort to ensuring that the leaders of tomorrow have the opportunity to display their skills and talent, and business leaders recognize the abilities of Skills USA competitors and return year after year to find their future employees. Today, we are privileged to have with us the Governor and First Lady, whose unwavering support for education and workforce development has been instrumental in advancing our mission. Their generous salary donation to Skills USA exemplifies a profound commitment to nurturing the talents of youth and strengthening the fabric of our community. On behalf of all present, I extend our deepest gratitude to the Governor and First Lady for their remarkable contribution. Your support not only empowers our students, but enriches the future of our state and our nation. So thank you. At this time, I'd like to bring up David Hunn with Skills Source Group.
This is Youngkin. On behalf of the Skills Source Group and the Virginia Career Works Northern Region, I hope my words will adequately express our gratitude and appreciation for your gift this afternoon. Having personally spent a lifetime in public service, I know that this is an extremely rare event for all of us. I want to acknowledge that this is the largest private donation the Skills Source Group has received in its 23-year history, and to thank you both for this gift and for the honor of your recognition of our work in Northern Virginia. I feel we are the overnight success that has taken us over 23 years of hard work to achieve. We represent the public workforce system in the Commonwealth of Virginia, one of 14 local workforce boards across the state. We work closely with state agencies such as Virginia Works, Aging and Rehabilitative Services, Social Services, Blind and Visually Impaired, and the Economic Development Partnership. We are also closely aligned with local government economic development officials, including the Fairfax County Department of Family Services and the Loudoun County Workforce Resource Center, as well as many community-based organizations with whom we closely collaborate. I want to extend my gratitude to these organizations, many of whom are in the audience this afternoon. Of course, our Skills Source Group employees and staff of the Fairfax County Department of Family Services get all of the credit for their daily work resulting in our program success. We are enthusiastic about our work in Northern Virginia. Despite many job opportunities for myriad skills and occupations that are available now in this region, surprisingly, the demand for our services continues unabated. This year, even before the many changes at the federal level, our 5 American Job Centers were on pace to serve over 45,000 job seekers, many of whom are seeking the first opportunity in the labor market. Beyond those 5 American Job Centers, we have staff working in the Fairfax County Jail, the Prince William Manassas Jail. We also deliver an older worker program for those over 55 that extends from Arlington County out to the city of Winchester in the Shenandoah Valley. SkillSource also operates a recognized Social Security Ticket to Work employment network that supports job seekers who receive Social Security disability benefits in helping them move back to work at higher earnings and benefits. There's a Bible parable about the fig tree planted in the vineyard among the grapes. After several years, the fig tree was not producing the fruit expected by the landowner. Frustrated, the landowner told the gardener, "Cut that fig tree down and replace it with something that will bear fruit." The gardener resisted, advising the landowner to have patience, allowing 1 more year for more watering and care. The landowner relented. Using this analogy, fig trees are humans, and all of us in the workforce development and employment business are gardeners, nurturing the soil to better prepare individuals to bear fruit, to be more productive and self-sufficient citizens in the Commonwealth. I'm now pleased to invite to the podium Ms. Giselle Castani, an honor student at Northern Virginia Community College, who also works with SkillSource, and she will talk about her experiences in the educational and workforce system. Giselle.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be and speak here about my journey to you all. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Han, for giving me the opportunity, and also the First Lady and Mr. Governor, to speak about my journey in the U.S. as a youngest member of SkillSource Group. My name is Giselle Castani, and I am a civil engineering major at Northern Virginia Community College. On a pathway to transfer to George Mason University and continue my studies in civil engineering, I also serve as a WIOA Youth Ambassador for SkillSource Group. It's a true honor to speak about my background and the journey that brought me where I am today. I was raised and born in Afghanistan. I immigrated to the United States in late 2021 with my family during the evacuation following to the fall of Kabul to the Taliban. Before leaving, I was first-year civil engineering student in Kabul University, where I first began my engineering journey. The transition was extremely hard and difficult for me. I faced language barriers and challenging to navigate the new education system here in the US. And adapting a new culture and environment was completely challenging for me. It was not easy to find my path again, but being in the United States gave me something that many girls in my country are currently denied: the right to education. In Afghanistan, girls are banned from attending school behind 6th grade. So having the opportunity to continue my education here in the US means everything to me. Within the support of local services in Northern Virginia, such as Northern Virginia Community College, scholarship and mentorship programs, and workforce development programs like WIOA through the SkillSource Group helped me to overcome all those challenges. And I was able to rebuild my academic path and restart my journey in education here in the US. These opportunities helped me overcome the challenges I faced and move forward to my dream of becoming a civil engineer. Aside from work and study, now I give back to community. I am happy and proud to say that I founded the first Women in Engineering and Architecture student organization in Northern Virginia Community College, where I currently lead over 75 active members. Together, we support each other, share resources, explore career and educational opportunities in civil engineering and architecture. in Northern Virginia to empower future workforce across the Commonwealth of Virginia. I'm especially passionate about inspiring and encouraging more females pursue careers in engineering. Civil engineering was not a common field for women in Afghanistan, where I first began my journey. And even now here in the US, we see fewer women in construction and civil engineering. My goal and the goal of my student organization is simply to inspire the future generation of civil engineers. Also, through my role as a WIOA Youth Ambassador with SkillSearch Group, I had the opportunity to help my peers navigate their own career paths, which has been one of the most fulfilling parts of this journey. I feel incredibly fortunate for being a part of such a diverse and supportive community. It has shaped who I am, and I look forward to continuing to give back to build a strong future together as a part of the next generation of engineers and leaders in this country. These were some of highlights about my progress in pursuing my career path in the US. I'm thankful for the guidance and support that I have always received from SkillSearch Group and resources in Northern Virginia. I'm grateful to contribute their mission and help others grow through my role as a WIOA Youth Ambassador. Thank you so much, and now I would like to ask Mr. Eric to come and present.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Governor, First Lady, and David for inviting ABM Aviation. My name is Eric. I'm Director of Operations for ABM Aviation here. I do want to start by thanking the true leaders of this partnership, which is Mark and Gary. They're our talent acquisition leaders that work with the Loudoun Workforce Resource Center as well as Virginia Career Works. That partnership has been going on for over 6 years, right? And some of you may know this already, but one of our biggest clients here is United Airlines and IAD Airport, Dulles Airport, and then we have American Airlines over at DCA Airport. So combined, we have over 1,300 employees that work within our workforce that do multiple job functions throughout. But I do want to share a story, that started when I joined the organization last year, where Gary and I had an opportunity to sit down. And we talked about what does talent development, talent acquisition mean for us here in the Mid-Atlantic. And one of the things we thought about is in LinkedIn, people can apply, get a job. You can go to Indeed, apply and get a job. But we talked about how to be more involved in the community. And we set a goal for ourselves and said, anytime there's an opportunity for us to be in the community, allow the people to actually speak with us and talk with us about the organization, then that's an opportunity that we cannot let go. And since then, we've been able to be a part of over 7 job fairs between Q3 and Q4. And then recently in January, we had over 25 employees that we hired in the Loudoun Job Fair. So that partnership is extremely important for us. And in ABM, we have 6 core values, but I want to focus specifically on 3. And one of them is respect, collaboration, and trust. And we respect all the work this entire community is doing for our people, especially those that come to the country, and we want to be able to give them an opportunity to work for us. We want to collaborate and find innovative ways that we can provide these jobs for people in the Virginia community. And then, last but not least, we trust the work that's being done. And without that trust, this partnership wouldn't work. So we truly appreciate both organizations for helping us. Thank you, Gary and Mark, for the work you've been doing with the community as well. And I'll pass it on over to First Lady.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming out on this rainy day. A little dreary, but we're here to talk about something much more bright. So hopefully that'll encourage us all as we leave. Jeff and David, thank you. Thank you for your public service. Thank you for your commitment to others. We love the way you're preparing Virginia students and you're really supporting job seekers. That is fabulous work, and we're distinctly honored to have you here today. I also want to say, Giselle, wow. We talk a lot about sisterhood in my orbit, but you are not only marching forward for your sisters and being an incredible role model, but you're coming alongside and lifting them up, and I just couldn't be more proud of what you're doing. Congratulations, and thank you so much. Eric, thank you. Thank you for loving people and giving them opportunity. We so appreciate it, and I would be completely remiss if I did not call out and introduce the two amazing people bookends, your Secretary of Education, Amy Gadara, and your Secretary, and your Secretary of Labor, Brian Slater. Their presence here, I think, is very emblematic and speaks volumes to this administration's focus on the next generation and really a mission to make sure that Virginia's workforce is prepared for whatever it is that they want to do for really vibrant living and vibrant working. Glenn and I have long supported workforce preparedness programs. This is not our first time. Long before he was even ever governor or thinking about going into public service. So this is something that's near and dear to our hearts. We believe there's dignity in work. We believe in financial stability. We believe that every single Virginian, and if I'm honest, every single human being, needs to have a life that is grounded in purpose, and work does that. So we are the lucky ones to be able to be here today to focus on the work that Skills USA nationally, and also their Virginia Foundation, as well as SkillSource Group, does here in our Commonwealth. As you will hear from the governor, they're turning classrooms into career labs, and they're really bridging school with life and livelihoods. And again, we're so glad to honor them. And I just want to focus on, you mentioned that story about the fig tree in the Bible. So I am endeavoring, one of my New Year's resolutions was to listen to this podcast, which is Bible in a Year. For any of you that have ever done this, it is definitely a labor of love. I'm a little behind, I will readily admit. But this morning, we were going through Exodus. Many of you all have read Exodus or know anything about it. And in there, I could not believe it, because sometimes this happens in early mornings and when we do something cool. There is a story about two great craftsmen. And essentially, there is a verse that reads something like this, quote, "And he, God, has given them the ability to teach others, filled them with skill to do all kinds of work as craftsmen, designers, embroiderers, weavers, and to carry out construction of all kinds." And so what we're talking about today is something as old as the beginning of time, something that's been part of our human experience since the very beginning. It's the coming together of what happens in our heads and in our hearts, and it plays out through our hands. And so I'm so proud of you all that are here, that are endeavoring to build vibrant and purposeful lives. And I'm so excited today to support organizations that are really helping every single Virginian live into his or her best self. So thank you for being here. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the 74th Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia and my husband, Glenn Youngkin.
Well, thank you, and as you all can now see, following my wife in speaking order is always quite a feat. But we together have this opportunity to celebrate the next generation of Virginia need, talent. If you hadn't noticed, we have jobs in Virginia, a lot of them, and a lot of them that need great Virginians to step into them and say, yes, I'm ready. But more importantly, the reciprocal of that is a company, a business saying, you were hired. What a cool thing to say. 3 incredibly powerful words that mean I see you, I value you, and you can add value to our organization, and I look forward to the great career that you will have. You are hired. Just as amazing. Jeff, thank you. Thank you for your leadership at the Skills USA Foundation and the passion you bring to what you do. David, thank you for what you do at SkillSource Group. And these two organizations, in fact, just embody Virginians helping Virginians. And so, thank you. I also want to thank our friends who are hosting today, the independent electrical contractors, and of course, the Associated Builders and Contractors. And we've got two friends here that I know that are hosting, but thank you for letting us be here. Careers right here in this building, being launched and furthered. And so, thank you. And of course, we've already had a chance to say thank you to Secretary Slater and Secretary Gadara, but we also have lots of other leaders from the community here. Thank you for being here. Employers, folks that believe in opportunity, and most importantly, students. And so thank you all for being here. What the First Lady just described is the journey that we are all in life. What is my passion? What are my God-given skills and capabilities going to lead to, and how do I unlock them? And oftentimes, we need help. We need help in finding that path and that journey and preparing for that great opportunity. And that's what these two extraordinary organizations do. They provide resources, assistance, training, relationships that enable each of those individuals that they touch, one by one, to find those relationships and those opportunities that lead to a fulfillment of an aspiration. That is really awesome. And we need more of you. We need you to do more because, as I said, Virginia has jobs. One of the great recognitions over the course of the last 3 years has been Virginia going from a state where it was in the bottom third of job growth to a state where we are in the top 1, 3, 5, or 10 every year now in job growth. And that means opportunity. We have 259,000 jobs across the Commonwealth of Virginia that are readily available to be taken. Companies, businesses that want to hire folks and need to partner with organizations like the ones that we are celebrating today to prepare and introduce employers to employees. That is awesome. That is awesome. And so that's why today, Suzanne and I are doubly excited today. You see, oftentimes when we have a salary donation, and I committed that the two of us would donate our salary every quarter to organizations across the Commonwealth of Virginia that are truly supporting and driving the spirit of Virginia. And what we all believe is the beginning of America right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia that laid the foundation for the American journey. And that's been such an honor over the last 3 years. And so oftentimes we find two great organizations and we will split my salary for the quarter, which is $43,750. Well, we find ourselves here in quarter two. And we are doubly excited about what these organizations do. And so that puts us in an opportunity to have 2 quarters worth of salary to donate today. And so each one of these organizations is going to receive today $43,750. It is that commitment to help people find pathways to serve fellow Virginians, which is so inspiring. The work that Skills USA Virginia Foundation does starts with that recognition that every individual was formed in the image of God and therefore has unlimited potential. And how can we work together to unlock it? And that is the great work that Skills USA Virginia Foundation has been doing. How do we first provide partnerships with training academies and schools? How do we support events that introduce students into this world of one, showing off your skills, but on top of that, being introduced to employers? Finally, how do you close the deal and get that invitation of you are hired? And they've been doing it in an extraordinary way across the Commonwealth. I have to say, they have been leading technical training in over 130 occupations and provide real-time opportunities for students to showcase those skills. What's better, reading it in a textbook or showing it off? And I think showing it off leads the way every single day. And then once students are connected with all of these different employers through competitions and showcasing events, then we see Skills USA Virginia cap off these efforts by emphasizing that a truly successful workforce must have strength and character. And in fact, they foster amazing values: integrity, respect, responsibility, citizenship, and service. What a collection of character attributes. And I just want to thank Skills USA Virginia for believing deeply in people. And it is, in fact, that exact same perspective that has led SkillSource Group to demonstrate the same kinds of support here in Northern Virginia, as you've just heard. They have worked tirelessly to prepare and support Virginians for either that first job or that mid-career shift, connecting once again resources and opportunity with people who want to pursue them. What an amazing statement. I'm sure if I were to ask David what he does, he could either give me a very long description or he could say, we unlock opportunity. And what a statement. Training and resources for Virginians. Virginians who are seeking high-paying, in-demand jobs with an opportunity to find a partner to help them get them. I want to thank Grant and Pat for hosting us today at this wonderful facility. They too work to unlock opportunity. They have been working in partnership with students and Virginians who want to find their way into great careers in electrical contracting, great careers in building trades, great careers that lead to great lives. And so I just want to thank everyone who has opened up an opportunity for students to see what they can do and to say, that is what I want to do. And I can see myself being great at it. What a great message. I have to say, it's one of the reasons why I so enthusiastically just signed a new bill into law in Virginia that allows any public middle school and high school to establish career and technical education student organizations. So if you were in one of our K-12 schools, Giselle, you would have already established this. You would have had a group that you would have established. But this allows all our schools to have a career and technical education club or student organization led by students, for students, opening up those great pathways. So finally, today we have the great opportunity to celebrate tomorrow, next week, next year, celebrating futures. And it's futures that we are all about. Futures that are bright, futures that are uplifting, because we know that Virginia today is the very best place in the world to live and to work and to raise a family. And I look forward to everyone in Virginia having an opportunity to live that dream. And therefore, Suzanne and I are honored today to be able to present. Here, you get one. I'll get this one. Perfect, we're going front. Here we go. And I am so honored to present to Skills USA Virginia Foundation a check for $43,750.
The same amount. I can't read it. Congratulations.
We have high expectations for all of the students that will find their best opportunity through these two great organizations. Thank you all for all that you do. Here we go. lunch, and we have lots of meetings, and we talk about the things we're going to go do with great aspiration and then very detailed plans. And we finish all meetings with one basic question. I say, guess what time it is? And everybody responds, time to go to work. So ready? What time is it? Time to go to work. Let's go get jobs. Thank you.